Chairman, Cochin Shipyard Limited. Special invitee, IIT Professor Mr. Krishnamurti, who is the second batch. DOSTAS President, Mr. Anil Das. DOSTAS Vice President, Dr. Sadish Babu. DOSTAS Treasurer, Mr. Soni. DOSTAS Joint Secretary, Mr. Vijay S. Beloved lecturers, my brothers and sisters of various batches, warm welcome to everyone. Myself, Praveen Jacob, from 21st batch, and I am the current secretary of DOSTAS. Today, we are having the 5th GBM through this Zoom conference. We have selected the theme of naval architecture and work from home for today's GBM. As we all know, the COVID pandemic is still with us, and therefore the work from home situation has become the norm of the industry in order to sail through this situation. There is no other way other than we all have to adapt and learn to live through this. A few of our alumni members have passed away in the recent past. Mr. Matthew Tharagan of 1991 batch and Commander Swapnil Shelley, retired, of 1994 batch. Let us observe a 1-minute silence to remember them. Thank you. Let me guide you through the programs planned for today. We will have an address by our patron, head of the department, Mr. Stream A. Madhiran. But unfortunately, Madhiran sir's brother passed away and he had to move to his hometown to attend to it. So he has nominated Dr. Rajesh P. Nair, who is our DOSTAS faculty member, to represent the department. Dr. Rajesh P. Nair passed out in 2005 and he's an MTech, he was an MTech student from our department. The second, then the program is followed by address by industry patron Sri Madhuvas Nair, and then we have address by President DOSTAS. After that, we will be having a talk by the Professor Krishnamurti, who is from IIT Chennai. Then we have the presentation of audited accounts by Treasurer DOSTAS. Then the presentation of resolutions by Vice President DOSTAS, and then there is voting for that. Then we have the address by the new DOSTAS President. Then we have two programs, and we have two talks. One from Alex Jacob, who will share us about his views on starting a DOSTAS club. And also there is a talk from Sri Balasubramanian from second batch. He will give us an idea of what he's planning to do about the mentoring program throughout our alumni. Then we have the vote of thanks by the Joint Secretary of DOSTAS. So I call upon Dr. Rajesh P. Nair to give the address to those who are present here.
Thank you, Praveen. Respected Professor Krishnamurti sir, then distinguished alumni Madhu sir, President Anil sir, Secretary Praveen, Joint Secretary Sadish Babu sir, Vice President Vijay, Treasurer Soni, and my colleagues and other alumni members, everyone, it's good evening. We know that we all are going through a tough situation, especially COVID came, then another stroke of this cyclone rain comes in Kerala. But still we have to keep moving. That's the peculiarity of human being, that hope remains with us at all difficult situations, which makes us to keep progressing. I still remember that DIMS 2018, it happened in August first week. After 2 weeks, this flood came, and but still we could able to manage that flood, and we all actually was living a happy life. Then again, a lot of problems comes, but still little bit we have to keep progressing. And if you consider this batch of DOSTAS executive members, including President Anil sir and Secretary Praveen, actually even during this COVID time, we couldn't have a offline meeting, but still we conducted dim light and also GBM and what not actually. Now we are contributing towards Chief Minister Relief Fund, and lot of activities have happened. And also because of uh, the request from the alumni and also from the PTA, actually new 5 faculty has been recruited in ship technology, and so we are actually progressing even during this kind of a pandemic situation. So we have to keep moving ahead, in the sense that, and alumni, if you consider, it's our second home. That we did our graduate. Unfortunately, I couldn't do BTech. I did BTech in mechanical from LBS College, but my MTech was in ship technology. And I still remember when I joined in 2015 in Department of Ship Technology. After that, Jaishankar sir was took initiative. If I tell Jaishankar sir's name, then somebody will feel bad. So I will say that one among the people who originated the idea of this dostas was Jaishankar sir, Commander Jaishankar. So um, then it actually got registered. Registration number was issued, and later a fee of 1,000 rupees was mentioned for lifetime membership, and a lot of people joined. Other than that, we it's not that naval architecture and shipbuilding from Department of Ship Technology has different groups. Like in Middle East, there is one group. Europe, there is one group. But from a registered alumni association, which was in close contact with the department, was Tostas, and it had a signature event of DIMS, and it went very well. DIMS 2018, and after that also we were progressing. So today, even though Madhyam sir couldn't attend, I have to represent. I'm representing the department, and I'm also a registered alumni member. Uh, so if you consider our department activities, you all are want to know about what happened in our parent institute, ship technology. For last 1 year, we have 5 new faculties. Then this year, CUSAT is going for NAC accreditation and National Assessment and Accreditation Cell. So that we have given documents. Then other than that, first time we are going for NBA accreditation. Ship technology department alone is going for NBA accreditation. NBA accreditation is basically about a program that is for BTech. We have to take NBA accreditation. Then later we can go for MTech NBA accreditation. So we have started the process of NBA accreditation. For that, actually, 75% of permanent faculties are required. Now we have that. Then 5 new faculties joined, and also a placement was good in the sense that to 2020, 2020 we have almost 75% placement, and this year we have almost 5 students got placed. So it's good that last GBM, I still remember, I think Praveen has mentioned why people are happy. It is because of relationships, because if you keep good relationship with everyone, then you will be happy. So this type of a virtual meeting alone will give us some chance to see some people. I can see only 8 of among others, but hopefully others can see 8 of us. So this virtual meeting is definitely a great thing, and we should definitely conduct meeting. And thank you for inviting me to talk about all these things. So in future also, I wish on behalf of Department of Ship Technology that there is a good relationship between the alumni and the Department of Ship Technology, and we all can progress and we'll be happy and prosperous always. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you very much for your kind words and also remembering about our last GBM. So that was so nice of you. Next, I would like to call upon Sri Madhu S. Nair, Chairman and Managing Director, Cochin Shipyard Limited, to address the gathering. Sir, please.
Good evening, friends. And at the outset, let me wish the great alumni of Cochin Shipyard, Cochin University all the best. I can actually see Professor Krishnankuti on the panel, the officials of the DOSTAS, Anil Das and the team. And I can see in the attendees panel, I can see right from first batch, I can see Mohanlal, NR, a host of what we call the best in class. I can see altogether 57 attendees altogether right now. So greetings from Cochin. Not probably the best place right now, not really God's own country at this stage, but greetings from all of us here. We are all aware we are going through extremely difficult times, and for me personally and for my organization, Cochin Shipyard, things are no different. And we have almost since January of last, we have all gone through this extremely difficult times. And sort of we were, when you look at it from a business point of view, Q1 of the last year was practically a washout. Q2 also was let me use the word, an extended washout. But Q3, Q4, we were coming back very strongly. And I would think that's the case with the industry generally in India. The recoveries have been very, very strong. And the coming was very strong for us also. What we were trying to do over the Q3 and Q4, while we couldn't be covering up for Q1 and Q2. But now see what has happened. It's as I was just saying prior to the formal meeting here, it's a real slap on the face right now, because this second wave is hitting us so hard, especially like in Kerala, things have gone very bad. But what we can all do, what is it that we can do? We need to be very clearly aware of the times we are living in. I think we need to be extremely cautious. Let us be clear that generally the human mind thinks that it won't reach us, but that's not the situation here. And I've been involved in some very unpleasant requests coming in at odd hours, trying to get some beds in hospitals, not here in Delhi. Let's say calls from Delhi or calls from Mumbai to try and get a bed in Delhi, and then you know what hit you. That's the kind of situation we are going through here in Cochin. Thankfully, the shipyard, touchwood, till today, we haven't had a extremely bad case. But then, as we are speaking, at least one of our employees is in a very critical stage. So things are bad. There's been at least within the total pool of around 3,500 people we have on the direct employment side. We have about 7,500 people in the company on a given day. It's about 3,500 of our own people or extended family, plus about 4,000 contractors and the workmen. We have till today had about 350 cases. That's almost 10%. And probably about 150 active cases at this stage. So I would think that this is generally the scenario, probably whether you're in Mumbai or in Delhi or in Bangalore. Situation outside India, I think is improved. The second wave has been better controlled in the Europe and America. But we are going through a difficult phase. I'm happy whatever Cochin Shipyard is able to do today, like as a shipyard, the last place where somebody would think would have something to do with fighting COVID. But the fact is, We do play with steel, and we have oxyacetylene, so we have a lot of oxygen in the company. We have got captive oxygen plants, and over the last 25 days, all my oxygen is being pumped into the medical space. So we are delivering on a given day. We're working 24/7 on the oxygen plant, delivering more than 700 plus cylinders every day into the oxygen situation. The entire cylinders which we had, we actually about a 300 cylinders. We are on a piped system, but then the cylinders have been taken out, refurbished, certified, and put back into the society. These are things which we are able to do. Also, reaching out through CSR projects and trying to support the government hospitals and people who can't really afford centralized oxygen system and other things we are trying to put in. And that's all we can do. Basically, that's all we can do, and then sit and watch and try to be safe and take care of your people. This is what we are actually doing right now. I know that the theme today, what we have is we're talking about work from home and naval architecture. Ideal theme, not probably the most efficient for a shipbuilding company, but a lot from a design interaction point of view. I think significant part can be done. But when you're coming to a shipyard and getting into production drawings and other things, there are those challenges. Especially people like us, when we are handling military vessels, getting the systems into the cloud, security concerns are there. So what people like us are trying to do is, the good part is entire difficulty since last Jan hasn't the digital initiatives. A significant digital center of excellence is being put in the shipyard. A lot of digital thought processes have come in. We have formed within departments. People have been collated, and we are pushing a lot of digital initiatives. Many of them are being executed on the ground. On the design and engineering side, we have moved into a totally new platform, but still we haven't leveraged it. The engineering software as engineering platform has not been leveraged for work from home. But the entire ERP systems, we work on SAP, the entire ERP systems with well-connected systems back home. So the entire finance, material procurement, HR, and allied things are all working sort of as normal. Interactions like what we are currently doing on Zoom, that's happening well. I feel over the last few months, in fact, even if you're working physically, meetings were generally largely on virtual mode. So people are really getting used to this, and those are the good parts that's come into it. But we haven't leveraged too much on the systems, engineering system side. We haven't taken it working from home till now. But I understand there are entities. Notefully, I know Smart Engineering and Design Solutions, SEDS, Anthony Prince and the team has. I think they've done exceedingly well on this front, and practically they are in a position to operate away from office. So those are initiatives which have really come online. So my suggestion and my request would be, these are at least till we get a grip, till people get double vaccinated. Thankfully, I have been able to get my second dose of vaccine recently. And I hope all of us, and including the generation of 18 plus, and maybe even the children below that, once we get our vaccines, at least that kind of an assurance. So probably in the country, we think that there's going to be at least December of this year, by which time we'll have that kind of a luxury. So let's all stay safe, as was being mentioned by Rajesh P. Nair. Let's stay connected. That's because what you need is people to talk, people to get in comfort at this stage, and also talk about what we could actually do into the future. Maybe the newer plans, newer thought processes. Last time I was briefly touching upon what CSL as a company, we are within these traumatic times. we are very clearly setting up a new division. Like we have always been on shipbuilding and ship repair, but we are setting up a new division and we are calling it a division. Initially, it's going to be small, but then this is the division is going to be called Strategic and Advanced Solutions. And we are recruiting people into this division. This is going to be let's say the next gen of where naval architecture, shipbuilding, and technologies must move. We are teaming up. We are getting into alternate fuels. We are getting into fuel cells. We are getting into autonomous vessels. So these are areas which we'll have to focus on. And I think these are times when work from home is giving you a bit more of time to look at things, to refocus. Hardcore production will have to wait a little bit. As far as I'm concerned, from the shipyard point of view, we have generally done well. We have grown a little bit. We have expanded into newer areas. And in two roles as CMD of Cochin Shipyard, since I'm getting this August audience here, I would reach out for support, advice, and cooperation as we move forward on various fronts. As veteran DOSTAS and a normal, very ordinary Madhu S. Nair of the 9th batch, let me thank all of ex-ship technology department for the warmth we have always displayed. Once a shippy for life, that kind of a approach, whether you are from batch 1 or the most recent batch, the kind of approach we are able to give, and compliments for Anil Das and the team for developing DOSTAS into a very good platform here amidst all these difficult times. Thanks a lot for getting us all together here. Let's stay connected and let's take the fraternity forward. Once again, warm greetings and wish you, your families, and your beloved ones all the best. Take care and stay safe. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much for your talk. I mean, thank you for sharing what's happening in the industry in this pandemic, especially in Cochin Shipyard, and also what the support the shipyard is giving to the society. Yes, it's true. I mean, as from the shipbuilding side, literally because physically, I mean, there are constraints, but still, I mean, we are making use of the technology in the very best way so that working from home is also happening. Anyway, and also we thank you very much for the time and the energy and effort you are showing to always be present for all the meetings. And thank you very much, sir. Next, I call upon our DOSTAS President, Sri Anil Das, to address the gathering. Sir, please.
Thank you, Praveen. Good evening, everybody. DOSTAS industry patron Sri Madhu S. Nair, HOD Department of Ship Technology, and patron Sri Madhyayagan, who is represented by Dr. Rajesh, Department of Ship Technology, special invitee Professor Dr. Krishnan Kuti, members of DOSTAS, my dear friends, ladies and gentlemen, my sincere appreciation for all of you to be attending this GBM. It shows that we care about our professional and personal advancement and to celebrate the success of our brethren. I would like to submit to the GBM a few things this committee has been able to do in the last 2 years, even though much more could have been done had the situation been more conducive. It was during the last GBM that the global DOSTAS community got together as a whole, as one. Participation was there from all over the globe. Even after the function, we spent time chit-chatting, expressing feelings for one another of having passed out from the same institution. We are now able to think as a whole vis-a-vis in relation to our alma mater. I also state that DOSTAS can be run globally from anywhere with just 1 or 2 officials having to be in Cochin for bank work currently. The president can be located at his own geographical location, and DOSTAS activities can be run in a collaborative manner. The recent seminar that we conducted has been carried out totally in the virtual mode, only banking transactions required the presence of treasurer and secretary in Kochi, even though this also can be made online. In the fourth GBM, it was resolved that to establish a partnership between Department of Ship Technology and the alumni. I'm happy to report that such a partnership has been established and the results have been overwhelming and are there for all to see by way of a symbiotic relationship. This relationship is one that has immense potential to be exploited for the betterment of our alma mater. A new Telegram group has also been started by this committee to share and discuss matters of professional and personal interest and achievement. This increased interaction has tremendously improved our ability to contribute to the department as well as to the society at large as a family, the DOSTAS family, both in materialistic terms as well as in terms of knowledge sharing. We have contributed to the department in materialistic terms by giving 2 laptops for use for conducting online classes. In the fourth GBM, it was resolved that alumni who are experienced and willing to impart industry knowledge in their respective areas be identified and requested to engage the students of Department of Ship Technology by conducting webinars on specific topics of interest. I'm proud to report to this GBM that we have contributed actively by participating and working with SNAS for the industry interaction program. We have so far conducted 2 webinars in this model. The students themselves acknowledge that it is doing them well. We are in the process of collecting money for the Chief Minister's Distress Relief Fund. The collections have so far crossed 57,000, and I humbly request all our members to contribute liberally to the CMDRF. The amount collected shall be deposited in the CMDRF as DOSTA's contribution, but with clarity to individual contributions and individual IT exemption certificates. Contributions by way of help to family members of deceased alumni is also in the offing. Such act of kindness will give the much needed emotional support to a DOSTA's family member when the breadwinner is gone. As you all know, DIMS is our flagship biennial international seminar last conducted in 2018. Due to prevalent travel restrictions and health advisories and protocols in place, it was decided in the fourth GBM to conduct DIMS in a lighter mode through video conference by giving the name DIMS Lite. We also thought it would be a nice idea to concentrate on boats and small crafts to bring out the developments happening in this sector. The seminar dwelt at length on marine crafts such as pleasure crafts and small crafts and the infrastructure needed to support it, such as the marinas, the seaplanes, trained manpower that play an important role in addressing the tourism and transportation industry. To have a seamless event, we teamed up with an event management company called Messrs. Cruise Expos with previous experience in conducting international boat shows. DIMS Lite was conducted as a single-day webinar on 11th February 21 as a part of the India Boat and Marine Show. Sponsorship amount collected from various sponsors were received in the DOSTA's account from Messrs. Food Hospitality Media after adjusting for expenses. The webinar was a grand success, and there was wide participation from industry professionals, government officials, alumni, and most importantly, the students. We are now working towards the NBA accreditation, knowing the demands on our alumni from the industry and knowing the trends happening in the industry related to the certification status of our Naval Architecture and Shipbuilding course. DOSTAS wrote to the head of the department and the Vice Chancellor and Registrar expressing the need to get NA and SB course accredited by the NBA. It is understood, as now Dr. Rajesh mentioned, considerable progress is being made there. It has been verbally communicated to me by the HOD, Department of Technology, that a part of the cost of accreditation may have to be borne by DOSTAS. The GBM shall be appraised of the need and the amount required as soon as a written request is received. In the fourth GBM, it was also resolved that PhD, best thesis once in 5 years, and best MTech project annually be awarded by DOSTAS. Further, a best all-rounder award also was to be instituted. Accordingly, the managing committee is authorized to make these recommendations. This is an area where we have not been able to make much progress, and I'm sure with the new committee in place, we will be able to advance this further. I'm thankful to this general body for having given me an opportunity to serve DOSTAS community. All my team members, Vice President Commander Satish Babu, Secretary Praveen Jacob, Joint Secretary Vijay, and Treasurer Soni have played a crucial role in delivering the service to the community. And without them, it would have been impossible for me to do the job. I thank them all from the bottom of my heart. I also thank all the previous committee members, especially Captain Jayashankar and Girish, for giving advice and guiding me. This GBM shall be selecting a new managing committee as laid out in para C13C of the bylaw. A set of volunteers have come forward to take responsibility of managing DOSTAS, and their bid is to be ratified in this GBM in a short while from now. The theme of this GBM is naval architecture and work from home. Naval architecture can be practiced from home with appropriate infrastructure. Small crafts like boats and yachts and even small tugs and barges can be designed sitting at home. All the necessary drawings and calculations can be made from the comfort of your home. I remember Commander Zakaria has a small office, home office, where he operates. I have been to Vijit's home office. Now he has made it elaborate. But however, big projects require large number of teams to work together concurrently in geographically separated locations. I'm not talking about geographically separated offices where the infrastructure is already available. I'm talking about geographically separated home locations due to the pandemic. And here the challenges are twofold. One is on the office side and the other is a personal responsibility. On the office side, you have to suddenly start providing all infrastructure that will just be sufficient. Enable work on shared databases and 3D models, weekly and daily work allocation, putting a review mechanism and that works to justify the output, and then review the work to ensure correctness and completeness of the work. Ability of supporting functions such as HR and accounts to keep pace with the engineering teams, communicating seamlessly to ensure that teams and you are indeed on the same page. On the personal front, managing office work and housework is a challenge. The work from home should not become work for home. Allocating time for online meetings that tend to stretch eating into the time required for performing the job. That's a big challenge. Managing the pressures of social interaction and the pressure to deliver the job on time is a personal responsibility. The economic advantage to such redistribution of workspaces resulting in the release of high-cost real estate is also very evident. In my observation, that over time, things are closing in on us. Office, social circle, telecommunication, electricity, etc. And that too, where we live. So we might as well plan for adapting to it in the long term. All the communication devices are all on you. Electricity is now on the rooftop and soon will be on you, producing just the power you need. Work and schools are all on you for the fact that all these are communication that is happening. Your social circles are all again very close to you, just the communication part. And now your office and work itself. Everything is coming closer to you. Soon all homes will be Wi-Fi, work from home enabled, and your CV will specifically state that you are work from home enabled for better chances at an interview. And this includes us naval architects too. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the detailed report and also your thoughts on this for the work from home. and also in the future, what is going to happen. Thank you, sir. Next, I would like to call upon Professor Dr. Krishnankuti to give the special address, and I will just give a brief about Krishnankuti sir. He is BTech 1981 batch from Cochin University, and he did his master's from Stevens Institute of Technology, New Jersey, USA in 1988. And he has done his PhD in marine hydrodynamics from IIT Madras in 1993. He is currently the Vice President and Fellow of RENA, and he is also a member of SNAME and is a chartered engineer from UK certified. He is European Union Research Fellow from Glasgow University, UK. He has published more than 130 technical research papers in reputed journals and conferences. He has guided many research students in the level of PhD, MS, and MTech. He has undertaken many sponsored research and industry consultancy projects. He has served as expert member in different scientist faculty selection boards, DRDO, NIOT project committees, etc. He has chaired many national and international conference technical sessions. Sir, we are pleased to have you here, sir, and we are all waiting to hear from you as you address this hearing. Sir, please.
Thank you, Praveen, for the introduction. Maybe it's too much of introduction. We are part of. I feel that I'm part of the society. Unfortunately, I was not getting the intimations to join previous meetings. So I also disagree with this special and invite and all that, because I feel myself as part of this community. Okay, and also I think we are not expecting a technical presentation or anything from my side. So I just look into the what my experience in Cochin University and how I compare with my experience in IIT as a teacher. So, and how the attitude of the students, and so mainly focusing on that. So that's what I just plan to give just a brief discussion on that. Is not a talk or anything. So I think and also thank Anil Das, Mr. Badhu, and other panelists and organizers of this DOSTAS. So when I saw this name, actually DOSTAS, see, I remember the last 4 letters, that is TAS, which was initiated by, I think, N.R. Krishnakumar when he was a faculty in ship technology department. So, but which never picked up. So maybe it had its own, natural dying over the period, and so it's a good thing that it's back in a different name and with more activities. So that's a good thing. I find many of my classmates here, seniors here, including Chapo, Mohanlal, and all that. Rahim is here. So many people. It's nice to meet in this occasion. I think maybe if it's an offline regular meeting, you may not get so many people together. So since it's being online, I think we are at least meeting people. It's unfortunate thing is we are not able to see the video of other people. So that is unfortunate part of it. So it's a good thing. At least we are meeting now. And while coming to I've been teaching in Cochin University. Immediately after my BTech, I joined there as a faculty member in '81. So I was there till 2006 when till I left to IIT Madras. I'm continuing here as a faculty member. So I'm looking forward to my retirement next year. And so that is, my teaching career. Of course, and while I was in Cochin University, I was away for, I think, about 70, 80 years for higher studies and that fellowship in Glasgow University and all that. So that is what. So I was there as a teacher, maybe 25 minus 8 or 17 years. I was there. So it's a good thing that it's a privilege of the teacher that getting the love back from the students, maybe at a later stage when we meet them for different meetings or maybe go for conferences, international conferences. All of a sudden, somebody just approaching you and wishing you, greeting you. So that's a very good, pleasant experience. So it's a privilege, I think, mainly for the for the teachers. So that's a good thing. That's a good, pleasant experience. What I just find is that unlike in ship technology department, we have, I know most of the people right from the first batch up to the uh, batch up to 2006. After that, I don't have, but still I meet some people who come here for MTech. So Cochin University students who graduated from Cochin University BTech, even though I have not taught them, I meet them, we get introduced, and so there's a special affinity with the students who come from the ship technology department after graduation. So that thickness in the relation has been brought up by the intimacy and interaction which we are having over the period when you stay there. But as I said, being a teacher, I could interact with many of the batches during that period. So, and that has been helping professionally all the people, including the seniors and juniors, particularly the juniors, when it comes to the placement and all that. So that is a very positive thing. Still continue to maintain that, right? The intimacy, in spite of so many batches have come out over the past many years. Whereas when you look to the IIT system, you know that the students, if we look to naval architecture students in IIT, even they don't know the students in the next senior batch or junior batch. That's the situation. They have no intimation. If I ask them to get some information or data from the junior batch or senior batch, they are not aware of the person. So this is a situation. Of course, they know, maybe knowing people in the same hostel. We have some maybe about 18 hostels in campus. So they may be knowing or getting together more closely with the people who stay in the hostel. So, and also we are finding in the department now in IIT to get the list of alumni members who graduated from this department. So there is no contact, so that's one of the worst part. And that's coming to the interpersonal relations and continuing the relations even after passing out from the institute. Another aspect is if you look to the professional content of the course. Cochin University BTech Naval Architecture program is very rich with naval architecture subjects. If you look, various aspects of naval architecture are covered in depth compared to many other institutes. If you take any other naval architecture institutes offering naval architecture program, you will find that there is a dilution or they are not, reaching the level of the course content what the Cochin University offers in naval architecture. Here in IIT system is more flexible. One thing is the students need to take only 40% naval architecture courses as a core course. Then they have a professional elective, maybe from the same department or related to the program, another 30%. And another 30% is free from them. It's totally, the courses totally not related to the main program. They can take the courses from other departments. That is one aspect of it. Another thing, if you look to the intake quality, Cochin University still, I feel that the toppers of the entrance examination still prefer ship technology admission. And so we get good quality students in the ship technology. I'm saying when you consider the level of students at the university level, whereas when it comes to IIT, we're getting good students. Of course, they're coming through JE and all that. Problem for them is, see, they are getting into naval architecture and just not they like it because their preference is to get into maybe electrical, computer science, or mechanical or civil branches like that. But since their rank is low, they just come to naval architecture. They choose a naval architecture program. So what I find is that many people may be coming due to compulsion from parents to get an IIT degree, not due to the liking of naval architecture. So that is another problem. So they get sometimes dejected because they could not get other branches. And also their attitude also, which is, see, if I used to tell the students, if you don't like something, you don't expect everything to come in your way in your life, which you like. There are many things which you may not like, but still you have to get along with that. So give your best and do the best, come out with a, good grade and, good performance, good credentials. And if you don't like the continuing naval architecture, get out after that. So such students, I think the numbers have increased over the period. The attitude of students are really not, good, and teachers also, as teachers, we also feel bad if the student is not showing keen interest in the class. So there is a deterioration in the quality, maybe reflecting on the product quality and also on the teaching also, because the students are not responsive. Naturally, the teachers also, take it lightly. So these things may happen. It's a vicious cycle. So this is another problem with IIT education. But the students are basically good. So many students who put effort and keen interest in the subject, they perform well and they get very good opportunities. And even the people who are not so good, average students also perform well once they pass out from the institute with the naval architecture degree. So basically, they're good. So some people, get away. Get into the wrong companies, and so they suffer more. Very few students. So as I was doing in Cochin University also, I just identify the people who are not, showing interest in the class. I just call them to room and talk to them in personally to find out what's the problem with them, whether we are in a position to help them out of the situation. In some cases it worked, some cases not. So this is a situation. So what I'm saying is that is one aspect is about the the relation maintenance after passing. The alumni relations are bad in IIT. Then another thing is about the course content, which is Cochin University got a very good course content, but I don't know Cochin University is facing, technology department is facing problem with shortage of faculty. I don't know that. Recently, I was also there in the interview board. We have selected about 5 + 1 6 new faculty. They are good, and hope the things will improve soon. And so that is another aspect. That is a professional content in the course of the grade. It's low in IIT. But if you look at other aspects, the facilities provided in IIT, the academic atmosphere, prevailing in IIT, and no politics at any level, that's wonderful. And the respect the teachers get from the supporting staff and how fast the administration work, how fast things are moving. Things are getting clarified. If any paper something wrong, they just call you or send an email, you just respond, that's solved. So it's not like in the university setup where things get prolonged for a long time. So here the things are so fast. So as you mentioned, Praveen, so I also had an opportunity to get exposure from foreign universities, studied in Stevens, and I had a lot of difficulty in getting access to the lab because of the defense problems and all that. And also in Glasgow University, there's a lot of restriction or limitations. So, and also if you look, access here, the freedom you have in IIT, and this is a wonderful place for an academic career. So that is that freedom and facilities and support what you will get nowhere in the world. So that's what I find, because I have experienced many other places. So that is one. So these are the main things what I like to just share with you, how the IIT and our education systems differ. So of course, ship technology still face shortage of facilities. A towing tank is an essential one which has not come up so far. When I was there, I took some initiative, but it never worked. Then facility and also the faculty. These are the two main factors. And of course, the atmosphere, academic atmosphere, you get a lot of strikes. That is strike from students' politics, from staff, and all these things. You see, that make the whole atmosphere, vitiated. So, which is not there in IIT. So that's one of the things. And another major thing is the faculty is having full freedom, need not have to sign, no punching, no biometry, nothing is there. So that freedom is given to the faculty, but it's generally not misused. People are available inside campus. They go and work during daytime, during night, during holidays. So that's a big advantage for us, and we don't have to spend time for traveling and all these things. Another thing I just want to mention is, okay, as you mentioned just in the introduction, so I'm also vice president of RENA, representing the Asia region. And I think Ashik is also here. He also joins me in the meeting, the RENA meeting. Nowadays we meet only online. So Ashik is also representing from the Middle East. So there are a few more people as vice presidents. So it has given us an opportunity to interact with people at the top level who in the naval architecture area. So also I suggested, the meetings, the board creating more activities like, directories for professional directors and, the institutes which offer naval architecture program information from through the website of RENA, offering more professional support so that RENA become more active and popular. So I think they may be considering it positively. And one more thing I just want to add before I just stop is, in the GATE examination, which is an examination for the PG admissions to IITs, naval architecture is not a stream. So we are taking initiative from our side to include naval architecture also as a stream for the GATE examination, so that graduates from Cochin University or other naval architecture institutions can write naval architecture papers for the GATE examination and get into the PG programs of IITs. So this is this coming up. I think hopefully the next GATE examination coming in next February may include this naval architecture also, a stream for the GATE examination. So with this, I just conclude. So I'm just telling again that don't call me special invitee and all that. So I'm just part of DOSTAS. So please treat me like that. If I'm not a member, I've not paid the amount, you please collect it from me, send me an intimation, I will do that. Okay, thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. Many of your students are here, sir. You have taught us, many of the people who are present here. And thank you very much for your time, for addressing us. And thank you very much for pointing out the intimacy that we all share, apart from other universities compared to IIT, that special intimacy and the bond which we all share among all the batches. Thanks for that. And also, thank you very much for the mentioning the course content and both the positives and negatives things from IIT. So we have an idea of what's happening over there. And thank you very much, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Next, I would like to call upon to present the audited accounts. Sony.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Can you hear me? Yeah. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. I'll share my screen. Okay, you can see it, right?
Yes.
Okay. Good evening to all. I'm here to present the accounts for DOSTAS for the financial year 2020-2021. Actually, I have our financial year ended on March 31st, and actually our committee's period is ending today. So I have included our accounts up to 14th May. That is up to yesterday. Okay, our main expense was on website renewal and bank charges, and we have donated 2 laptops to our Department of Ship Technology, and professional auditing fees, and our 4th GBM gift purchase expenses. Our income through bank interest was on around 29,000, and sponsorship fees is 1,76,000. I will show you a split of this sponsorship fee later. And total our income is 2,05,000, and our balance sheet is like this. As per our last GBM, we made a FD in our Punjab National Bank for 7 lakhs in 5 different four different FDs for 7 lakhs, and our current bank balance is 2,82,000. And as I said earlier, our sponsorship details, we have with these 3, we got a sponsorship of 30,000 for the fourth DOSTAS GBM that is held on last year, October. And for DIMS Lite, we got 78,621. And lastly, we got a contribution to CMRDF fund. As per yesterday evening, we got around 68,000. Today, we got around 12,000 rupees, and that I couldn't add it to it. And actually, now it passed around 80,000. I hope if more people can contribute towards it, we can give a good amount to this CRDF fund. That's actually that's all for my account presentation. Thanks. If you have any doubts regarding this, you can ask, or otherwise we can have a vote for it after this section. Hello.
Thank you, Sony.
Okay.
Next, we have the presentation of resolutions by DOSTAS Vice President Commander Satish Babu. Sir, please.
Thank you, Praveen. I think I'm audible, isn't it?
Yes, you are audible.
So, respected panelists and DOSTAS members, it has been really a pleasure to work in the team led by Anil sir and to contribute whatever small way I can do for our community. So we have come to one of the important part of this GBM, where the committee is proposing few resolutions to be adopted by this GBM. I have prepared a small PowerPoint presentation. So each slide I will flash the resolutions that I will take the help of Vijay for passing them. Okay, so I'll go to the first resolution, which is review and adoption of previous minutes of meeting of the last GBM and with the final report. The minutes of meeting of the last GBM and consolidated report of the activities carried out by the current team was circulated to the members through WhatsApp group and Telegram. And the committee requests any two members to propose and second adoption of this resolution, please. Vijay, you may.
Ashik has raised hand.
Yes, Ashik, you may speak now.
No, just I'm okay with that, and I accept this because somebody is. I mean, I've heard that Satish Babu was looking at somebody to propose that, so I just raised the hand like that. That's all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Proposed by Ashik and seconded by
Mohanlal sir.
Yeah.
Okay.
okay.
Thank you, sir. So resolved that the minutes of previous GBM and annual report of the current committee is adopted. Thank you. We'll go to the second resolution, that is passing of accounts for the period 1st April 2020 to 31st March 2021. Which, in fact, Sony has presented up to 14th May. So if members are okay with that, again, we request two members to propose and second adoption of our accounts.
Yes, Mohanlal Pillai has raised hand.
Yeah, I have a small correction into that. Even though your term is into, now we are in April end. Normally the procedure is you close the accounts for till the financial year, March. It doesn't matter what happens next. I think that's a normal thing to do.
I think we have closed it and we have audited, sir. And
Okay.
but just for before
Sir,
handing over, we closed it again so that it's clear.
Sir, actually, we have closed it on 31st March and we have audited the account. And
Yeah, that's the best thing, yeah.
Yeah, that the audited account, audited report we have circulated among our registered alumni.
I know.
Also.
Okay,
Okay,
yeah.
sir. Actually, I have. Why this I put it up to 14 May was actually after that 31st March we have started this CMRDF campaign.
Okay. Yeah.
I have to put that also. That's why I put it like that.
Right.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you, sir.
So shall we take it as you are proposing, Monlal sir? Abdul Rahim has seconded.
Okay, so we'll resolve that the audited accounts are hereby passed. Thank you. We move to the next resolution proposal. So it is proposed to set up a 3-member committee consisting of members of DOSTAS to study the various aspects of amending existing DOSTAS bylaw to further strengthen DOSTAS. So we have received a number of proposals from the members for amending bylaw as follows. The first one is creation of local chapters of DOSTAS. Then reviewing the composition of the present system, that is a managing committee, and examining possibilities of additional patrons being constituted, and mention of virtual GBMs and voting in bylaw, thereby regularizing this. In the present bylaw, it is not mentioned. And examining the extent of alignment possible with CUSAT alumni bylaw. We understand a lot of activities are taking place at the university level with respect to formation of alumni for all the departments. So we have to get ours bylaw also aligned to that. And examining the process of amending bylaw with relevant government bodies and any other matter that may be of relevance. Due to these requirements, we are proposing to constitute a 3-member committee headed by Mr. KV Chako from first batch. And the committee will consist of present president and the new president as members, be constituted with authority to co-opt additional members from different geographical locations and submit a report to this GBM with clear and practical proposals for amendment of existing bylaw with a view to further strengthen DOSTAS and its activities within a reasonable time limit. So the committee is proposing to vote this proposal. So it will, so Vijay, please. So here the members can give their voting, please. To click accept or not accept and submit it. So the results can be shared. Okay, so 98% of the members have voted for accepting this committee. So the resolution is passed. Thank you. Okay. So we'll go to the.
I had actually raised my hand to discuss about this. Hello?
Hello,
Yes,
Mohanlal sir. Yes, we can hear you.
Yes.
Can I say something on this before we get into the this thing? I had actually discussed with Anil Das also in the morning or yesterday. I actually stand a great risk of being branded as a typical old fogey who criticizes without contributing anything, sort of a odakku. But with that full understanding, let me tell you, it took us almost 38 years to finally have an alumni association in place, thanks to the initiative taken by few of our friends based in Kochi. We have a very vast alumni spread all over the globe, all of them doing quite well in their career, and we have few of them in positions of power and influence. We must utilize this vast resource for common good of our alumni and Department of Ship Technology. Actually, for that, we must expand the base of DOSTAS by enrolling all our alumni spread all over the world. I'm told we have around 500 members, only 317 members I can see in the Telegram group, and only very handful. And I think today's participation must be around 80 or something. I don't know the exact figures. What happens is we are not exactly Mumbai Gymkhana for people come and queue up for membership. Like Krishnamurti said, he doesn't know whether he's a member or not. There are so many people like that. So for that, during the last AGM, I have suggested that the most effective way to do that is to open chapters in all major cities and regions, wherever you can gather a minimum of 15 people or even 10 people. These chapters can nominate. One way of doing it is when you have a chapter, at least localize, you make other people who are left out of the stream to join this and become an official member. And more interaction between members will happen. And these chapters can actually nominate one representative to the DOSTAS committee, so that ensuring that you have a good representation or participation in the affairs of the DOSTAS from all geographical locations. And I had also suggested that one major important thing is that we should have representation from different streams, like the defense, flag administration, academic field, shipbuilding, related consultancy services, everything. So that overall our DOSTAS who is managing is getting the cooperation from everywhere, from all over the world, from all streams of our industry. I have absolutely no personal this thing with any people who have been nominated or anything, but I feel that the whole thing can be the opening of the chapters and changing the bylaws. Then, as a consequence to that, forming chapters wherever it's possible and electing their representative to the main DOSTAS, and then going for a proper election or a selection, because even in this case, you have to cajole people to come and participate in that. I was amazed by the way the previous tombs, right from Captain Jayashankar to Anil Das, and people have done. Deems I never even dreamed in that you will be able to put up such a big show. I was really taken aback by that. So it's not that you people have not done a good job. There are people I know in the present, this thing which is being recommended. I know Ashish, Ashik, I know. Not met him. I'm not remembering. Then Shankar is my old colleague, so I know him. But other people I don't know much. But I feel that we should go through this process of changing the bylaws, get all these chapters formed, and then go for a proper this thing, intimating everybody. Then you have a better group, intimating everybody that you are going for this formation of this committee, and then nominate or cajole people to become part of it. This is this is my suggestion before we go into the next part. Thank you.
Anil sir.
Yeah, Abdul Rahim has raised hand. He can speak.
Yeah, thank you, everyone. I just have one point to make. It may be a little what do you call? I don't know, maybe out of context, but normally for any meeting there has to be a minimum quorum. So for online meetings, sometimes it will be very difficult. I think there are about 57 or 58 people out of maybe 570 alumni. So it can be about 10%. So in the bylaws, maybe you can also put that, a minimum quorum of 5% or 10% or whatever, it should be there. It need not 50% or 80% or whatever, but
yes. In our bylaws, it is right now 25 members.
Okay, 25 members. Okay,
25.
all right. Okay.
Yeah.
It's not percentage. Okay, then that's fine. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. So Satish, continue, please.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll go to the next.
Sir, Sadish sir, Chaco sir and Alex sir has raised their hand.
Yes.
Yeah. Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, this is about same matter that Mohanlal has just spoken. I also discussed the very same thing with Anil in the morning. I'm just telling that I'm also of the view that if we are going to modify the bylaws in the near future with additions and deletions, it would be a better option for us to have the annual election postponed to that particular date when it is accepted by the general body. That's my personal view.
Right, sir. Alex Jacob, please say.
I just have one suggestion only. See, the present committee can be elected, and then okay, the bylaws can be changed with respect to the with this new committee. Won't that be much more faster in things to move along in this present scenarios? And another thing is regarding the local chapters. We have alumni already established in many parts of the world already. Can that be a local chapter for our DOSTAS alumni?
Sir, I would like to respond on that. I agree with Alex Jacob that yes, a new committee can also play a very positive role in adapting to the new set of bylaws that are going to be studied and then presented into the GBM. That is number one. And of course, committees and the local chapters which are there, how to merge them into the DOSTAS is also something that requires study. Therefore, we need to allocate sufficient time. And that is the reason why we are saying let the new committee take over. And in the meantime, the committee which we have just passed can study and bring forth the proposals for amending the bylaws. The other two participants who have raised hand, Vijay.
Yeah, Girish, you can unmute now.
Yeah, good evening to all. I'm Girish, batch 17. Actually, amending bylaw is something which we need to look at little more seriously because this is a registered organization, and the bylaw, if whatever we do with the bylaw, this has to be submitted to the registrar and to the government actually, and we need approval of the government. So it's an approved document, a legal document actually. So second point is since we have a Cochin University alumni is also in somewhere close by here. So if we do try to change the bylaw, then we have to abide by the Cochin University alumni bylaws also, which is again a tricky one. So, but the main thing is to change the bylaw. It is not a simple task actually. We actually, as a starting member of the DOSTAS, which we had when we started this one, I think we took almost 3 or 4 months to get it approved, and also it's a long process. So I would suggest that even if we try to we're planning to change the bylaw, let the new committee take over and do it, because it's not as easy as what we think. So it will take time. So better we elect a new committee and then let the new committee and the special committee for the bylaw study it and propose it, and then we can discuss and decide on the next GBM. That's my opinion. Thank you.
Thank you.
The changing the bylaws, it doesn't take that much time because it's only a formality. And once we have our AGM approves a bylaw, it is sending it and ratified by the AGM, then it's only a formality of sending it to government and getting it approved. I don't think that's a big problem. The issue, am I audible?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes.
No, the issue here is, like I said, we must ensure a proper representation of all streams of our profession. Second thing is, it's not normally proper for a outgoing committee to just nominate a committee. It should have been at least circulated to the members earlier that whether it's the new committee is due, and people should have been given opportunity to volunteer to be there. So I've been talking to people. I mean, there would have been other people also. So that I don't think that was very proper. It should have been circulated, and an outgoing committee cannot just nominate another committee and just putting it across. That I think it's procedurally wrong. That's why we need a bylaws at the earliest, because in the bylaws nothing is said. It said the AGM can elect or nominate this thing. The AGM, not the committee.
Okay,
I have no issues. Let me add, I have no issues because I don't see any other comments on this amongst all these people.
Sir,
I have
I have a word.
We can go ahead with this.
Yeah, Jaishankar, please. And
Sir,
Krishna Kumar sir also wanted to speak.
Yeah.
Krishna
Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Am I audible? Yeah.
Yes, you are audible.
Yeah, I think it's a very good proposal that we expand the scope. But now I think now 2 years have been the term of this current committee, and the next committee has been nominated, so we can go ahead with that. But I would think there should be a timeline for establishing the new rules, and during this phase over, when the new people come in, there should be some continuity, which means the old committee will cooperate with the new committee and the new group of people, so that this happens very quickly and smoothly. Because now the next ambition is a little big. We are trying to co-opt people from other places, so the scope is going to become bigger. That's my feeling. The activities may become bigger. So maybe it is better that what Mohanlal say. I understand what Mohanlal says is that he wants some continuity for not handing over to somebody and says, "Your baby now," because this is a very, very important. What you're proposing is a very, very important milestone in the development of this. Because now we are getting, I know the vibrancy of many of the, the alumni chapters already there. They are different organized entities itself. So I think it requires a little bit of thinking. I think the current committee, to some extent, you can have the new executive committee in place, but there should be some role in which, because as I said, it may not be that easy because the government of, you have to get it through the department and other things. So I think what Mohanlal says has got some value, but you can still have the next executive committee in place is my submission. But the old committee must continue to take some responsibility to ensure this happens smoothly with a timeline.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Jaishankar?
Yes. Sir, good evening to all members who are attending today. My point is only on two specific parts. One, which has been already covered by Girish, that this requires the ratification by the organization which has certified us, that is the Travancore Society Registration Forum. We need to get it ratified. And Mohanlal sir, let me tell you that by clearing it with the AGM, it does not mean the ratification will automatically be done by the society. They don't do it. First time when we sent across the thing, it had come back twice to us for modifications because they look at it from a legal angle. So hence the reason that it doesn't come out so easily. And being a government body, they will reject it twice for sure, irrespective of what you give it to them. So we had to hire a lawyer, and through the lawyer, we had to get it done. That's how we managed to get it done in the first time. So probably we may get it through it faster this time, but considering the prevailing situation, it is a time, it will take certain amount of time. The second aspect with respect to continuity of the committee, this is something which may not be there in the bylaw, but what we have been following is that the main members, the president and the secretary, general secretary, etc., will continue as executive members in the new committee, so that the continuity of those members and the liability which whatever decisions have been taken prior continues for another period of time. We may consider that. We may explore to do the same this time, because we have no restrictions on the number of executive members in our formation. It is only the main core committee. There's a lot of beautiful ideas which Mohanlal sir had suggested with respect to a technical committee which has got a lot of members. So probably we can have a subcommittees which have a technical nature in nature, where we'll have people from defense, people from the regulatory bodies, people from shipyards, etc., as forming part of a technical body. So these are the ways this organization can expand, and very happy to see the vibrant discussion on this DOSTAS committee. And we certainly have a lot of very senior members here with a lot of thinking cap on, and we will certainly do well. But I think what we can do is that rather than keeping the same committee on for a further duration, the new committee can come in. The old committee will continue to contribute. And as Krishnamurthy sir has said, we are a family, and there is, whether we are part of the committee or we are not part of the committee, we all contribute equally well. So with that family matter being there, rest all is regulations and rules, they don't matter. Thank you, sir.
Madhu, kindly.
No, there's a continuity matter that is being mentioned. I think that's very relevant. See, what I have seen, like I'm always as CMD of Cochin Shipyard, I'm a part of, let's say, Kerala Management Association. It's a very vibrant organization which runs, it's been there for, I think almost 40, 45 years now. What they do for this continuity, couple of things. One, always the immediate past president is a special invitee in the new committee. Then they've got a set of people like, for example, I am not an elected member in the committee, but as CMD of Cochin Shipyard, I am a special invitee. So they have a few special invitees. So who don't push, they're more in an advisory role, or they are actually in a semi-participatory role. That's what they do. But what they call an IPP, the immediate past president, and maybe a few 2 or 3 special invitees can actually do two things. One is on the continuity, the past president can provide a bit of continuity. And what Mohanlal was talking, and I can see the global connect and the global alumni we are trying to bring in. By till the time, maybe we could have nominees from some of these committees, maybe the Middle East, maybe Houston, coming as a special invitee. It can add vibrancy to the whole thing.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay, Satish, let's go ahead.
Okay, we'll go to the next one. So we have following members who have expressed interest in playing executive role in the next managing committee of DOSTAS. I will read out the names who have come forward to serve the community. So for each member, I will request one member to propose and one member to second it. And for once all these positions are over, then we will go for a voting also to ratify. First position is President DOSTAS, Mr. Ashik Subhani, for batch 14. He is running on company called Sea Delta Marine and Offshore Engineering. I'll request one member to propose, and
Jaishankar has proposed.
I propose the name of Mr. Ashik Subhani for the president.
Okay, a second.
Yeah, I'm Girish. I second Mr. Ashik Subhani's name as president.
Okay, thank you. Next, for the post of vice president, Mr. Raju Mohan from batch 23 is presently working at Cochin Shipyard Limited. Again, I'll request 2 members to propose and support.
So we have Ajit Bhasi.
Hi, I would propose Raju Mohan from 23rd batch to be the vice president.
Somebody to second it.
This is Vivek from batch 24. I second the proposal for vice president as Raju Mohan of batch 23.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next position is Secretary DOSTAS, Mr. Shankar VG from batch 22. We're working at S&O Maritime Services Private Limited at Kochi. I request two members to come forward, please.
Jatesh.
Yeah, I propose Shankar Vijay, 22nd batch, secretary.
And seconding. Seconded by.
Yeah, hello. Yeah.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm Hariraj, 24th batch. I second Shankar as secretary of DOSTAS.
Thank you. Next position is Joint Secretary. So we are proposing the name of Anub Radhakrishnan from batch 30, who is working at GMCG. Again, may I request two members to propose then Anub's name and support.
Vipin Vijayan. Hello, Vipin.
Hi, hello. Propose Anub Radhakrishnan as the joint secretary from batch 30. Am I audible?
Yes, yes, you are.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Yeah, propose Anub Radhakrishnan from batch 30 as joint secretary.
Seconded by.
Yeah, I'm Feroz Latif from 30th batch. I second Anub Radhakrishnan for the joint secretary post.
Thank you. Next, you go to the post of treasurer, and Mr. Anup C from batch 28, working as a faculty at the Department of Ship Technology. Request two members to come forward, please.
Charles Thomas. Hello, Charles.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah, myself, Charles Thomas from 25th batch, and I would like to propose Anup C as the treasurer in the next committee.
Thank you.
We need one person to second. Go ahead, Tasrif.
Yeah, this is Tashrif from 30 batch. I would like to second Mr. Anup C as treasurer.
Okay, thank you all. Now we'll put these names for voting so that we can ratify. So, Vijay, please.
Okay, Sadish sir.
So members may give their options and submit, please. Okay, so then the names have been accepted with overwhelming support for the new team. Okay, so thank you, Vijay. You can close
Sir,
it.
can I have one point, Jaishankar here?
Yes, please.
Sir, as per the bylaws, we require 9 members in the executive committee, so we need 4 more executive members, committee members in this list.
So we will add that, Jaishankar. The president and secretary, we will
can consider Mohanlal's proposal in that aspect, the additional 4 members.
Okay.
Thank you.
So we would like to congratulate the new management committee and wish them all the very best. And we also assure all the help and support for the continuity. And thank you very much. Over to Praveen, please.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Next,
we have two raised hands from Mohanlal sir and Anup C.
Okay.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
What about the other members which Captain Jaishankar has said? That should have also been part of this. No, you said that your committee will continue.
Yes, that's right. Our committee,
so
the immediate past president, secretary, and treasurer, all of us will be available.
Not available officially in the committee.
In the committee, we are called executive committee members. EC1, EC2.
Okay. So
EC2.
that should also be announced. I mean, because even though it's this thing, it is being elected new. So that should also be recorded then.
So we can record it as our names. The current committee members' names can be added.
Yeah, that's it.
Yes.
Yeah,
will
sure,
be
sir.
done. Yes.
Vijay, anyone else?
Anup.
Yeah, hi. Good day, everyone. This is Anup, 28 batch. Not sure if this is the right time for that. There was a quick clarification that I wanted. I mean, is there something like any other business towards the end, or can I raise it now? Or is it out of turn?
Anup, we had requested for additional points, and we have time for two. Two already have been received. So we'll have to keep it for the next GBM.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Next, I would like to call upon new DOSTAS president, Sri Ashik Subhani of 14 batch. Sir, please. Mr. Ashik, are you there? Can you hear us?
Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, I can.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Oh, very good, very good. Your respected Krishna Kuti sir, Mr. Madhu S. Nair, respected faculty members, Mr. Anil Das, respected all senior members of the alumni, and my dear friends. Thank you all for selecting the new committee and making me to head the DOSTAS for the next tenure. It is indeed a great honor to me, and I'm sure that it's an honor to other office bearers also. The very good thing about DOSTAS is that it is now well established due to the support by all the alumni members and the strong base which is created by the past committees. So I take this opportunity to congratulate all the outgoing, all the previous committee.
Hello. I think Ashik has logged out.
Logged out?
I cannot find him in the list. Okay, he's there. Ashik, you have to unmute. Hello, Ashik. Ashik, you have to unmute. Okay, sorry, sir. Can we continue? I think.
Yeah, I think we'll continue.
He is unable to join. Okay. So next we have two ideas which our seniors, Mr. Alex Jacob and Mr. Bala Subramaniam from second batch, they would like to share. So I call upon Sri Alex Jacob of second batch to share his ideas on forming a Dostas club and its related activities. Sir,
Excuse
please.
me, Praveen. Yes,
Yes?
that's right. Ashik has come back, I think.
Yes, come back. Okay. Yeah.
Ashik, are you there?
Hello?
Ashik. Yes. Please complete.
Was it? I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know when it was actually stopped. Can you just highlight me?
You broke off when you were congratulating the outgoing board members.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you so much. So I'll continue further from there.
Yes.
Yeah, well, after that, what I was trying to say after that was, so I take this opportunity to congratulate all the outgoing members and for their hard work and tremendous support on establishing DOSTAS to such a great level. And I've seen the remarks and the recommendations by Mr. Mohanlal and Mr. Chako on taking DOSTAS to a different level, which is what we are looking at is it's an organization recognized internationally. So it's a big challenge. I mean, that's my dream also, to have DOSTAS as an international organization. So being a person actually working for Middle East Alumni Flip Technology for the last, from the formation itself, I'm actually part of MAST, and I was very much involved in conducting all this international conference in Middle East, the MASTEC, the first two major conference. I was the convener as well. So it was actually a dream to have our organizations, our alumni organizations, to become or to get recognized internationally. So that's a very big challenge, which we all have to work hard and work together. And at the same time, Girish and Captain Jaishankar all highlighted various points with regards to the formalities, especially in India, because at the moment, I believe our organization is registered as a society based in India. But when it go global, there are a lot of complications. We really have to see how this can be achieved. And I think the committee which formed under the guidance of Mr. Chako, it's going to be a great thing with the support of Mr. Anil Das. Definitely, I mean, we can look at that if you have to add and get advice from more people from different parts of the world, especially from the other alumni organizations in Singapore, Houston, UK, and all these places, and Middle East and all. We can actually take their views also, and we can collate all these views, and we can come up with some good suggestions on how to achieve that aspect. That should be definitely one of the aim of the new committee, which we definitely will support that. In addition to that, as a committee, like we have to have some great importance, and since we are all going through a very tough and challenging situation, so the preference should be to support each other, especially to come out of this pandemic scenario. And more than that, it's our corporate social responsibility. The whole nation is suffering. So we have to see how we can support the whole nation to come out of this current and such a difficult situation which we are all facing. At least one person in our family members, I'm sure that he could have been affected now because of this issue. So we are all affected in one way or other. So we have to see how we can support our nation to come out of it. And third thing is always like we are all from our established parent organization. Parent institution is the department, and we all have to see how we can support the department. So that's also we have to look at. I mean, all our achievement is from the department, and we have to identify, we have to find how we can support back to the department. That's also on the preference. Definitely, the committee members, I know that the whole alumni, everybody is quite intelligent guys, and all of them will have different suggestions. The suggestions which the people, I mean, the senior members which put forward, that's good, because even the junior members and the members of different segment, they will have another different views. We have to collect and identify the views of not all the people. We have to identify representatives, and we have to collect their views from different part of the world and different alumni members of different categories and grades. So we have to collect all their views, and we have to come up with a very strong calendar for the next tenure, which we will come up with. The committee will discuss that in depth, and we'll come back to you. with our plans, with support from all of you, we will come up with that. And definitely, we will try our best. The baton is on us. So we'll try our best to support the whole alumni. That's all I can assure at this stage. Thank you so much once again for selecting us. Thank you so much. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Next, I would like to call upon Sri Alex Jacob of second batch to share the idea of Dostas Club. Sir, please.
Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Friends, very good evening. I am Alex, second batch. It was many of our alumni members' dream to have a social club of we Navalaks of Dostas Kusat for a better interaction among us. In this regard, we found a small group of like-minded alumni members who were easily accessible to set the ball rolling. Mohanlal batch 1, Krishnamore batch 5, Joey and Sohan Roy batch 11, Anildas batch 6, and me batch 2. We had regular meetings in person as well as on the web in this regard. Proposed activity of the club may and shall include alumni gatherings, meetings, conferences, get-togethers, celebrations, water sports, aquatics, and other sporting activities, etc. We shall be a part of social and charitable causes and activities. A project report in this regard is being prepared and is on the final touch-up stage and shall be presented to all alumni groups as well as individuals, along with a budget including the anticipated expense for everybody's review, opinion, and suggestions shortly. A few proposals for the club venue are under consideration, like tying up with an upcoming resort, leasing a plot with a plot, and then owning a plot. All this should have waterfronts. And then set up the infrastructure as per our requirement. Again, it shall all depend on the response from all of us. The water sports and aquatics may include kayaks, canoes, speedboats, water skiing, backwater cruise boats, houseboats, a moving floating restaurant, and our traditional race boats, maybe an Irtuguthi, Odi, or even a Chundanvallam. Our proposed club shall be very unique, and if I am not mistaken, it shall be the first one of a college alumni with aquatics and water sports. Now, Mohanlal, Sohan, or Joy may add anything further to which I have missed out.
Yeah, Mohanlal.
Even though it's being presented here, it's nothing to do with Dostas per se. Okay, it's going to be a commercial venture, basically, and it's just an idea. Like all good ideas, some ideas come up after having a couple of drinks. So this is also evolved like that. It's a commercial proposition. The whole idea of putting up here is that to find out how many people will be willing to take up this, I mean, become members of this. Because now people have started retiring and coming into Cochin, but the numbers does not at present justify having a club. But in the future, if more people are interested in it and they are willing to put up the required fees for that, then we should consider that. So it's that proposal will be circulated, and whoever are the members can directly contact the core committee, and then we can proceed with that. But per se, I mean, in technical terms, DOSTAS will be different, the club will be different, because that's going to be a commercial. Okay.
NRK.
Yeah, Mohanlal.
Yeah.
I have heard that the REC has got in Cochin some club.
Raka.
Which is for the Can you just throw some light on it? How do they run it? Is it
Raka,
independent? It is.
Am I audible now?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, NR. Raka is one of the best clubs in Cochin now. The current membership fee is 4.5 lakhs. We even tried to get it for our 1 to 6 get together last year. It was good. It's supposed to be one of the best clubs. But the good point is Raka has also a housing colony somewhere in Trikakara, quite close to where I'm staying now. They've got a villa project and things like that. And Reka has got more number of alumni in Cochin, and notably the John from Popular, who is the current chairman of Reka Club. They're all money bags, so to say. So you got large alumni there, and but they're doing very well. We can ultimately prove to be something similar to that. When we tried to get a venue for our get-together, we couldn't get a proper place. So people keep coming back to, and hopefully, I mean, quite a lot of us will be at least passing through Cochin or retiring in Cochin. I'm half one leg in Cochin and one leg in Mumbai now. Similarly, there are people. So it's a proposal worth considering because the cost is, the financials involved are actually
certainly,
quite huge.
certainly, Mohanlal. I'm fully for it. I'm fully for it. But study a successful model. Please, when you present your thing, this Reka seems to be a very success. I've heard a lot about it.
Yeah, in fact,
please study
but for this COVID situation,
model.
I know this current chairman who used to come to Trichur Engineering College earlier. I mean, I know him personally. I was planning to go and meet him, but because of this current situation, I couldn't even go and see the proposed site, that other resort. So it will take some time. We'll work on it. There's nothing, no tearing hurry, but we'll work on it. It's only a question of keeping DOSTAS informed that there is.
But great idea. Great idea. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Next, we have Sri Balasubramaniam from second batch who wants to share the idea on DOSTAS mentoring program. Sir, please.
Hello, Bala, not audible.
Is he mute?
No, he's not on mute, but I think there is some mic issue that Bala sir said.
Okay.
Hear me now?
Yes.
Yes,
Hello.
we can hear you now. Yes.
Hello.
We can
Yes,
hear
Bala,
you.
we can hear.
Hello.
Hello, sir. We can hear you.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes. Go ahead, sir.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I think it's faint, but I can hear you. Now, I heard many of us talking about strengthening DOSTAS. So this has been a very good outing, meeting another family from the family where you are locked in. So I appreciate everyone who participated. What I'm going to tell you is just an idea which came up just 2 days ago. So it's very informal, unstructured at this point. It's just to Anil said, we will circulate around, get your views before we give a shape to it. Now, when I look back, I heard Krishnanguti talking about that there would be things in life which will come which you may not like. But I would add one more thing, that you may have opportunities coming in which you have to grab and make it as yours, And also, we have had now 40 years plus in the department. So we have many people who have already started retiring, and also people who have reached very senior levels in the respective professions or organizations. When I think back, we have people in different, faculties. We have people in administration, government. We have people in corporates, and also as surveyors, shipbuilders, and we have diversified ourselves into many parts of life, So what I thought is now we need to leverage this experience of the whole community. We have more than 800 people with different kind of experiences. So we can create DOSTAS as a forum to coordinate a mentorship program. So what I have in mind at the moment is very early. I'm just proposing this idea, and depending on how all of you react, we can include your viewpoint and then make it more formal. The idea is just like this. There could be some people among us who have had experiences in different walks of life. It would be on professional connected with our core areas, or it could be that they have diversified into related areas. And we try to get those people on some of the topics where they would like to act as mentors. It could be in developing a business for an entrepreneur, or changing a career path in between, in case if it's required, or looking at new related avenues connected with the latest developments which are happening. So we are opening up our sphere to application of what we do, So we collect some of these mentors, interested mentors, who are willing to contribute, and a little bit of topics where they would be comfortable in. And we also collect volunteers who would like to be mentees. And we would also request them in which area they would like to be mentees. We are not looking at just singular doubts, which we can always clarify through Telegram or other cases. We are talking about a kind of a continuous engagement between the two. And it will be purely voluntary. It will be between them. Only we would suggest some time when it is mature, they could share their experiences through one of these sessions or extraordinary sessions. So my proposal is that we start a mentorship program. DOSTAS will coordinate, because many of us don't know each other. Many of us may find it difficult to locate what topic would they be interested in. So DOSTAS will coordinate, the committee or somebody who is appointed would coordinate. And then we will set this program on. We may just announce the mentor and mentee if everybody permits, just to know that this activity is going on. And then we will leave it to them to disclose what they want to disclose. So this is a proposition I have. It's a very skeleton stage. As I told you, it just popped up only 2 days ago. So now I would like to listen to all of you. If you have any views, whether this is good or not good, or anything can be added to it, or we can give some shape to it, or how do we proceed further on this? And once I listen to you, we can take some decisions on how to move forward. Over to you now. Hello.
Thank you, Bala. Thanks for the proposal. I feel it is a very good initiative. I wanted to know, do you have any case study to share so that it becomes tangible for all of us? Is it possible to create one?
I don't know anything in our area, but I'll have to find out if anybody is doing like that for a long time. But this happens in many organizations. And informally, I've been doing it with a few of my old contacts. So I know one person. I know him for the last 25 years. He is now doing audits for shipping company. He visits a lot of ships. After every time he comes down, he has got a chat with me on exactly what happened. And without my knowing, he has considered me as a mentor for many years, which I didn't know. And he says, even today in the opening meeting, he says that. Of course, he is younger to me by, say, 8-10 years. He's a marine engineer. But it was refreshing to see what experience he brings in. More than I contributed to him, I was also in touch with what's going on. So I found it very interesting. So maybe I can share a skeleton of that. And I'll also mention how frequently we interact, and how I learned from him is more important to me. So I'll bring that also out, that is very interesting now. Yes. So I can share that
Yes.
in just 1 or 2 slides. Yes.
Thank you very much. Anybody else? Yeah, somebody has raised the hand. Two people.
Shnomal sir, you can speak now.
Yeah, okay. Am I audible, Anil?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Vishnu Kumar here.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Bala, it's a good idea in general, but I wanted to caution in the sense, now I've been in the startup ecosystem for many years now. Whenever I go and present any idea to anybody, first thing they ask you, what is the problem you're solving? And who is it that you're solving? Now we are talking about mentoring students, or I don't know, is it colleagues who are already there? Who's mentoring whom? And what is the problem we have to solve? I think there has to be greater clarity in that, because there are these institutions called Coaching Foundation of India. I was involved with that sometime earlier. They wanted to have a certification sometime back. It's a very formal organization. They coach CEOs. There are many types of coaching. It's called Coaching Foundation of India. And I know Mr. Ganesh Challa, who's the boss there. I know him very well. I mean, in fact, they had a discussion on getting a certification scheme for that Coaching Foundation of India. Good idea, but we have to be clear, what are we doing? What are the problem we are solving? Why we should do this? Because here the mentorship is more technical in nature, is what I feel naval architects would be needing, because this would be more, Bala, what I understood is more about career. I don't know what exactly is the scope of work. It is more about leadership qualities. I think you have to frame it very, precisely, and then be very clear who is the target audience. This is just my submission, because I had some exposure to this in the past, because mentorship is all over the place. Because my wife deals with children with learning disabilities, so she does a lot of, she says, mentoring, counseling, and all with parents. How to, and then they've got a whole set of things. So it goes into all over the place. So when you do mentorship and coaching, counseling, and then it goes all over the place. Here, I think we have to be very clear. What is it? Because being DOSTAS being furthering technical knowledge and this thing, we have to be real clear on what. Yeah. While the previous proposal of a club is nothing, there is no such complications. It is just having friendship and furthering it. That is very clear. But Bala, maybe you have to, fine tune and then, make the proposal. Good idea in general. That's my feeling.
Ranish, please speak.
Good evening, sir. Just one suggestion I have. During this present situation, our society will be in big need of support and related to relief for disaster management. So what I suggest, keep a permanent in charge for the committee, so that we can have some training session or whatever we were doing, but some improvement for better support related to COVID and flood. These support which society is big in need. Maybe those tasks can look into this. These words, sorry, sir.
I just want to add one point. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Yes.
Yeah, actually, regarding mentorship, SNAS, Society of Naval Architecture Students, they have actually conducting webinars for our department. Anup sir is in charge of SNAS advisor. So webinar is a boon in distress, actually. So this mentorship is a good idea. I really support mentorship idea which was proposed. Yeah.
Hi, this is Hari Raj. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Yeah, I'm from 24th batch. Regarding this mentorship, we a couple of years before in one of the GBMs, we had discussed about the alumni being more active with the department. especially interactions with students, interacting, guiding them more. And now in Cochin, of course, now we are all working in remote, but physically the presence of alumni in Cochin has increased considerably in the last few years. So, and we are bringing in a lot of experience from shipbuilding, operation, classification. There are different kind of companies right there in Cochin. So, if we can, to start with this, if we can have some kind of a structured way of interaction, which with a fixed plan, because we are all working in industry, will be busy like. We will have plans, but if DOSTAS or SNAS can make a plan, identify, probably they will have, if they can initiate, it will be better. If they can make a plan and how, and if they can find out who all can come and interact, or start a question in DOSTAS or start a communication, I feel it can add a lot of values to the students. Because when we interact, we were taking a few remote internship. I feel still now the industry is moving fast. There are so many new things happening. The regulations are changing. The design, like I work in design, and we see how it is evolving in a much faster pace. But when we do the internship and when we interact with them, we understand that pace is almost as it was when we were studying almost 17, 18 years ago. The structure and the approach seems to be very similar to what it was then. But if we can all contribute to make them more aware of the industry and make them more suitable for the industry to absorb them when they come out, I feel that will be a very good value that we can add to the department. And if DOSTAS can think about something like that, I am very much willing to contribute to that. Thank you.
Can I just add a few words?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. See, according to my friend, my batchmate Balu, what he said, mentoring is slightly different from what we give a lecture on a very specific subject or some advanced subjects by an expert, which we have already done done under the leadership of SNAP by 2 or 3 guys so far. Mentoring is actually a one-to-one interaction. I mean, like in schools, we have senior teachers or teachers mentoring the children. Similarly, like that, okay, I mean, somebody will be mentoring a junior guy or a student or whatever it is, or even a senior can be mentored by a junior. I don't know exactly. But this is what is happening. It's a one-to-one action what is happening. So in that case, the mentor should be prepared to take the guy who is to be mentored, and the person who is going to be mentored to be accepted by the guy who is going to mentor him. Am I right or not? I don't know.
Yes, yes. Okay, thank you, sir. I would like to thank Sri Balasubramaniam and Sri Alex Jacob for coming up with these two good and great ideas. And definitely, as we move forward, we can discuss on this and let's see how it shapes out. So thank you, sirs.
Praveen,
Next.
one more request from Anup C. Vijay, could you please let him speak? Just
Yes,
one
sir.
last
Yeah, sure.
item.
Hi, this is Anu, batch 28. Again, this is not something that was announced previously and is not part of the agenda. It's actually just a clarification that we need. Essentially, if I'm not mistaken, there was a proposal by Professor Dr. Shiv Prasad in the last GBM regarding the status of faculty members, both serving and retired, from Department of Ship Technology being part of DOSTAS. This actually came up in a short meeting that we had among the faculty members today. So if we could kindly have some information, if it's possible to provide some information now, probably we can have it, or if not, maybe later, because some clarity issues are there on that. Thanks.
Anup, somehow this point has not got recorded in the minutes of the meeting. But yes, we'll have a clarity on that together with the next board, how to proceed on that. Thank you very much.
Okay. Next, I would like to call upon Mr. Vijay to give the vote of thanks. Vijay, please.
Yes. Hi, Praveen. Thank you. And thank you all. It is always a pleasure and an honor to say the vote of thanks at the end of a well-attended and fruitful meeting with good participation. After having, for the last 1 year, after having turned to the online mode, now location is now no longer an issue. It has been a blessing that we could really go global with our participation and our collective efforts. So my wholehearted thanks to all the alumni who have joined us for the general body. It is the support and inputs from the alumni members which provide the boost and framework for the committee to work and carry out the functions. Thank you. My best wishes to the newly elected committee. Best wishes to all. Stay safe. And now, so since now we have wound up early, we have some time left in this session. We can have the floor open for interaction with all. So those who wish to speak, they may click on the raise hand button and we can unmute from our end and you can switch on your audio and video. Thank you.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, Nizar.
Yeah, I just want to know what is the frequency of the meetings, or is there any plan of conducting when the next meeting is going to be? I'm Nizar from 34th batch.
Nizar, such GBMs are conducted once in 6 months. So the last one was in October, and this is in this year. So it is twice a year.
Okay, thanks.
Hello, yeah, this is Jatish here from 15th batch.
Hello, Jatish. If you can switch on your video, I think we can see you also. Can you try that?
Video.
Just wanted to see that feature. Undo?
No.
No, okay. Then 1 second.
Yeah.
Yeah, can?
Hello?
Yes, Jatish.
Yeah, I just want to request whether can we see the new elected members?
Yes. Good
All
idea.
of them.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good point.
1 second. Yes, the new committee is on board now. Yeah, Anup, we can see you. Anup, maybe you can start by introducing yourself.
Very good evening to every one of you. Myself, Anup from the 30th batch. I've been right now appointed as the joint secretary for the committee for the next 2 years. I'm very thankful to each and every one of you for appointing me to this particular position, and I hope I can do my best in serving you all. Thank you.
Hi, Reju. Reju, I think you have to unmute yourself. Reju, you have to unmute.
My name is Raju Mohan. I am from 23rd batch, currently working in Cochin Shipyard. I'm really honored to be part of this newly elected team. I look forward to the future GBMs and activities. And I would like to thank the outgoing members for the grand success of DIMS and DIMS Lite that had actually unleashed the true potential of our alumni. I would also like to see constant support of all DOSTAS members to take this alumni association to greater heights. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Anup?
Am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Raju.
Yeah. Thank you. Thanks, Madhu. Thank you very much for gracing the occasion.
Yeah, hi. This is Anup, the newly elected treasurer, batch 28. Again, thanks a lot for thanks a lot for all for the. I mean, what the previous committee did was so amazing. Thanks a lot for passing on the toast to us. Just one thing, if I may add, because I'm currently associated with the students a lot, right? Being a faculty member of Department of Ship Technology. I'm kind of like speaking for the SNAP secretary because the SNAP secretary is not here at the time being. The amount of help that the past or the incumbent DOSTAS committee has given to the students, especially in conducting these webinar series, is amazing. So that's something that really needs to be said. The entire DOSTAS committee has been like completely with the students, always available, helping out in each and every possible initiative that students have come up. So I'm like currently just saying it on behalf of the SNAP secretary, because the SNAP secretary being a student can't be here at this point. Thanks ever so much. And again, thanks ever so much for allowing me to be part of this committee, and hopefully we'll have more meetings like this in the future. Thanks.
Thank you.
Hi everyone. My name is Shankar. I'm elected as the new secretary, and we try our best with a team leader like Ashik. I think we can make something, and we can elevate whatever the activities which has done by the past team. And thank you for being a part of DOSTAS. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, once again, I'm here. First of all, let me congratulate the new committee, and knowing Ashik, I think very well. I think he will take our DOSTAS to new heights, I'm sure. And one request to the person whoever is minuting this meeting, just give a brief in our this thing. I mean, in our group, so that we'll know what was discussed and what has happened, and the list of participants who actually took part in this GBM. Thank you. Agreed.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, agreed. Yes, we will minute it and we will circulate. Anyway, the minutes of the meeting has to be circulated. Vijay, we can. Some of the people are logging off, so we have a list of participants, right?
Yes, I have recorded and shared it also.
Yes. Okay.
Sir, no more. I cannot see any more raised hands. It has been some time now.
Yeah.
So maybe it is time to wind up.
Yes.
Yeah, let's wind off.
Okay, with permission from everybody, winding off. See you all.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Okay, good night. Good night.
Good night.
Thank you. Good night.
Yeah.
Thank you and bye.